Thanks for joining me again. Like I promised in the last video where we did the Autoglym roof clean, we've got this fallout all down the side of the car, which is the iron filings from the brakes. As you put your brakes on, the brake dust and the iron filings from the discs goes down the side of the car and sticks into the paint. Because they're so hot, they just get stuck in, and we get all these little tiny rust spots all the way down the side of the car. On the white car, it's a real problem. It looks awful. You can really see it. It just slowly, progressively gets worse until you've got these. It almost looks like the side of your car's going rusty. So what we've got some fallout remover. There's loads of different brands. I'll put a link into the Amazon shop in the description. And what we're going to try is this stuff, which is ProKleen Dragon Blood. Whoa, that sounds good, doesn't it? The reason I've gone for this, it's an absolute bargain. You can get the Autoglym stuff, and that was quite expensive, really. I think that came in at about 15 quid for a 1 litre bottle. This stuff is 5 litres for 30 quid. The only thing is you've got to buy a spray gun, which is it's no great shakes, is it? I'll put a link into the bottles as well. But this Dragon's Blood stuff, ProKleen, I've used that. I use this for me, the cleaner on the coffee machine and stuff like that. They've got loads of good products. I was really impressed with that limescale remover. It was absolutely banging. So we'll give this one a go, see if it's any good. It's got all the same chemicals in it that the Autoglym stuff, the Maguire stuff. It's all the same. It's all got exactly the same chemicals in it. So we shouldn't have a problem with it. Simple instructions is to spray it on the car. Spray it on the wheels, spray it on the bodywork, testing just a little bit to start with to make sure it doesn't cause us any problems, but and leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes and then rinse it off, wash the car down, job's a good one. So hopefully this is going to, well, meet all the expectations that we've got of it, and it's going to do a good job. Let's crack on, see how we get on. If you come across this Troll's Breath, it's exactly the same product, they've just rebranded it. Right, first thing we've got to do then is get it into the bottle. So we've got this little bottle there. I'm going to do it in the sink in case I spill any. So we're not going to make any mess or any give us any problems. Because it is a chemical, it's got acid and stuff in it. So let's whip that lid off. See if it's got a safety. Like I say, I ordered this straight off Amazon. It come in the post in a brown box, which is pretty amazing, really. You know, sending this stuff through the mail. But you know, it's great. Saves you making a trip, and saves you a lot of hassle, and you can get a decent deal. You know, get a good deal on it. Right, here we go. That's the lid off. Still left that. I can smell it already. It absolutely pongs. God, do you know what it smells like? It smells like that smells like a dirty toilet. Oh, it really does. It smells like a filthy drain. That's the best way to describe that. Let's see if we can get this in here without spilling it everywhere. Oh, that's nice and easy. It pours, good luck. And we'll fill this bottle up and get it right up to the top. Well, we won't. We'll get it up to the half a litre where it's supposed to be. There we go. And we'll put the safety stop back in the top there, and then put the lid back on. Well, that was nice and easy. So, you know, as far as putting it into a bottle, it's not the end of the world, is it? That was quite an easy process, and we'll put the lid back on that. I'll just rinse that off, make sure we've got nothing on there. Get it on the van. These spray bottles are pretty good quality. I went for a decent make, and they're good for chemicals and stuff, so shouldn't give us any problems in it. It's yeah, it should be quite a long-lasting bit of kit. All right, let's just give you a real good close-up of what we're talking about. So if we're looking down here at the bodywork, and you can see these rust spots, and it is absolutely covered all the way down the side of the car, and it's all the way down. It's all in the paintwork. It's all the way down the side of the car, and it covers the whole thing. It really stands out on the white. All down here, you can see it all. And even around the back of the car, if we come around the back, you can see it on the bumper. It's all in the bumper, look, all up the back. And it's literally as the brake dust gets whipped around the back of the car, sticks to the paintwork. The rain and whatever gets on it, it's on the boot lid. You just see the little marks. Again, especially down this side, this is the passenger side obviously, and it's really bad. It's really bad along here, all down the side. Loads of it around here, look. Got no end of it. And it's also in the wheels. Gets all over the wheels as well. Bonnet's not too bad. Got some bird muck on it. But no, bonnet's not too bad. A little bit, it's a few little spots. But it's mainly down the sides. Let's start with the wheels. Right, so I've got my trusty spray. I've not used it yet, so I don't know what the spray is going to be like. Let's have a look. Absolutely nothing happening at the minute. That's a good start. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. It's coming out nicely. So let's get some of this around here. Just give it a misting over everything. First thing I can say, it stinks. It absolutely, it smells of a mucky drain or peroxide. It's a real whiff. Leave that 5 minutes. Let's go and stick a bit on the back as well. Oh, this spray is really nice. It's a great action. It's got a lovely it has got a lovely action to it. Get a nice misting on there. So yeah, pleased with the gun. And already you can see on this front wheel, this is what they say about it changing colour as it dissolves into the metal particles and attacks it, it changes. That's amazing. Hence the dragon's blood. You can see how that gel's attacking the iron filings there. Now one thing it does say is not to let it dry on the material, so we can spray that with water, because I can see it's quite a hot day today, and that looks like it's starting to dry already, so I might just get some water on that and rinse it off. On the instructions it says if it does dry it might stain it, so if I jet wash it off, you say you can always reapply. So let's give that a blasting off, and then we'll come back and give it another coat. Like I just said, the sun today, it's hit and miss. It's coming through the clouds, but it's a really warm day, and it's actually shining down on this side of the car. So the bonnet, the boot, this side is in the sunlight. The opposite side, the passenger side, isn't. So we've got to bear that in mind. And that's come off. Come off nice and easy, and it's not left any, there's no stains on there. So I'm happy. We'll give that another blast and let's get some more on there. We'll let this dry for a little bit and I'll put a bit more on. You can also give this a helping hand with a scrubber, just to help work things in if you want to. I will speed up a few little bits throughout the video, just these kind of where I'm scrubbing and rinsing off some parts. I want to try and keep it as real as possible so you get an idea of the time frame of how long it takes for this stuff to actually work. So I'm not going to go crazy with the fast forwards. I'll keep you in the loop with it as we go along. Same with this side. So I'll get in at the wheels first, because obviously they've got the most sort of iron filings ingrained into the paint. So I'll get into those first, and it's also giving us a chance just to see how it's going to react with the paint, if we're going to get any issues. That looks pretty good. I think I'm going to try and do this, get this wing sorted as well. Let's give this a go. I get a bit carried away though. I said the wing, I'm just going for it. Look, I'm going for like I say, this side's in the shade, so it's I felt confident that it was going to be okay. And this comes out, it is like a gel. It sprays really nice out of the gun, and it just goes on with a nice even coat.
So I'm not sure if it's the gun that's really making it easy or the actual the product itself, but either way you can see how it's going on in a really nice fashion.
Okay, so let's go for the 5 minutes because it's quite a sunny day, so I'll give that 5 minutes and see what happens with the paintwork. Straight away, look, we've got the juicing coming out in that, and all of these little iron filings on the bodywork. You can actually see how they're all turning colour. It's all changing colour as it goes to lift that out of the paintwork, and it really shows up how much of it there is on the car. Look, it's absolutely everywhere. There's so much iron filings into the paint. Look. Brilliant, great stuff. Just like we said about keeping it wet, I can just keep applying a bit on there so it doesn't dry off.
And this is also the beauty of having that 5 litre bottle. I really don't care about how much I'm putting on. You know, if it dries slightly, I'll just keep lashing it on there. It's well, I've got so much of the product, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to worry about running out. If I'd got just a small 1 litre spray, I'd be panicking at this point.
It's really attacking that metal into the paint. It's really getting at it. It's definitely going on better on this side that's not in the sun's, it's beyond a cloud, but the side that is in the shade, it's definitely not drying up as quick, which is a good thing. The other side, it is really, the sun's getting at it. So I'm going to jet wash off that back wheel on the other side, and then we can come around here and just check the rest of this one out, see how it's getting on.
As you can see on that one, that wheel's gone quite red. That fallout's really taking a hammering from this cleaner. And forget the jet wash on it, you can see how easy it rinses off. It really does come straight off the wheel, leaving no residue. So you've not got to scrub at it or, you know, really get at it to shift it. It does wash off quite well. It rinses really nicely. I'm hoping it's going to clean the patio as well at the same time. You never know. 2 in 1, that'd be a great product if it did. Good as new. We'll just give that front one another blasting off as well, just get rid of any cleaning that we had left on there. This is a good jet wash, this one. Karcher industrial jet wash. I did have some comments on it before.
So let's have a close up of the wheels, how we're getting on. Well, it's definitely taken a whole lot of debris out of this wheel, considering I've not done it. There's still a little bit down here, but we'll go again at that. Like I say, I've never done it with these wheels, so for the first shot, that's pretty good. Pretty impressed with that. On the front one, it's not looking bad. I'm going to turn the car around so it's in the shade on this side, and we'll go over these again, and we'll do the bodywork as well like we have the other side. Let's have a look, see how this one's getting on around here. And here we go, look. You can really see how that's taking hold of that. Just get a bit more where it's just drying off slightly. Okay, just give that another couple of minutes and then we'll jet wash this side off as well and see how she's got on. A little bit in the glass, that don't mark that, we'll soon see. I've got a bit on the headlight, I'll give that a quick wipe off, I don't want that causing any problems there. Shouldn't do. On the safe side though. Just rinse that down. That's had around 7 minutes, something like that. So I think we'll give that a blasting off and see how it looks.
Oh, what's that bottle? You're going to spray crap all over it, look. Yeah, that's a good idea. Move it out of the way. Well done. Right, let's blast this down. Yeah, like I was saying, I'd had a few comments on the jet wash last time I used it, and it is an industrial one. It's an absolute beast, wall mounted. I think it's 1.5 horsepower or something like that, but it's I've had it for years. I've had it for like for donkey's ages. It's just an absolute beast of a machine. Works really, really well. Anyway, enough about that. How's this paintwork looking? I'm really impressed. Like I say, it comes off pretty well. You just blast it down and off it comes. It does say that you got to. They recommend you sponge it. You know, wash the car afterwards as well. But as a quick rinse off, we'll get in there and show you a bit closer. Oh, here's the dog. Come to inspect the work. Don't get too close to that mixer. You'll get blasted. Just wash that puddle down the garden. Finish the wheels off.
Right, let's have a look. Let's get you out the holder and you can come and have a look, see what we've got. Okay, how's it done? Has it shifted any of it? Wow. A little speck there still. It's definitely moved a lot of it. It definitely has shifted a lot of it. We've still got still a few particles around here. What we'll do, I'll let it, it says to wash it over, so I'm going to wash it now with the sponge and see if any more comes out. Okay, so for washing off, I've got the Total Wax Big Orange. Wicked stuff, really good. Again, I put a link in the description. Just put a splodge in a bucket and away you go. So let's have a look. Let's get this side washed out. If it's loosened it, then this will bring it off. Like I say, I've never done it on this car. We've had this car for about 5 years. So I'm asking a lot for it to get it all out in one go. If I have to go over it again, I will do. And we'll see if it makes a difference. Straight away though, I can see this door. It just looks so much whiter. It really does. It's taking no end of it out.
Yeah, the Big Orange, it's a great shampoo. It doesn't bubble up massively, but it doesn't leave any streaks. So it just makes a nice, easy job of it. I'll put a link in the description for it, but I've used it now end of times, and like I say, 5 litres, you can probably get, you get in excess of 20 washes out of it.
Oh, let's rinse this side down again. Let's have another look. Wow. You know what? That is pretty amazing. Smile, look at that. That has almost taken it all out. It's almost got rid of the whole lot. It's just a little bit down the bottom here. Just a few, but they're loose now. They are coming out with a pick, so they are coming. I'm going to give them another bit. I'll just do the lower portion again. Once it's dried, I'll do the lower portion again, and then I think that'll be it. One thing to note though, you know, like I said about how much we've got, and it's all very similar to the Autoglym. We've done that side there, and we've used 250, well 600 now, we've used 300 millilitres of fluid there. So if you've only bought half a litre of it, you're going to be struggling, or it's only going to do one clean of the car. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the side just to dry off, I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to do all the back of it now because it's all over here. So let's give this a go and see how quick we can get this off the back. Now be careful not to get it on the roof or anything. I'm just going to go quite liberally on this top. That'll do, I think. Right. Okay. Let's see what happens with that. You can really see how it's getting into that iron filings all over the boot lot, all over the back of the car. On the boot lid. It's definitely shifting it.
Now the sun is absolutely baking now, and it's really coming down on that boot lid. I just give it a quick whiz over with the little stiff brush there, just a real gentle bit of persuasion.
Yeah, the sun's a bit hot on the top.
Even with it being the gel, it does dry quick when that direct sunlight's on it. So you've got to be wary. Like I say, if you can get under the carport, that'll be the way to go. I'll blast this off, and then I'll move the car. I think we'll get it in the shade a bit because it's just drying too quick. I mean, I wanted to try and keep it outside because it obviously looks better on the camera. If I put it in the carport, it's a bit dark, but hey ho.
You can even feel the difference when you rub your sponge over it. It's like before, it's a little bit like running over a sandpaper texture, but now it's feeling a lot smoother.
I think that was actually on the boot for less than 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops, and it still managed to shift a lot of that fallout. So yeah, you know, if you give it that extra couple of minutes, it does make a difference, but even so, it still shifted it.
Right, the sun's really come out well, so let's get it under the carport and finish the job off.
Yeah, unfortunately I had to give up with the sun. It was just too much for the car. It's just getting too hot, drying it out too quick. But let's get it under here. It doesn't look as good on the camera, like I say, it's a bit shadowy, but it's not the end of the world. And it has made a massive difference to it. It really did allow the product to get into the paintwork and not dry off as quick. So if you've got a day that's slightly overcast, then yeah, you're laughing really. It'll save how much product you use as well, because you know you won't have to keep putting it on, putting layers of it on there to keep it dry. You could get over it with a couple of coats, and that'd be that. Luckily we've got this carport though, so it's not such a big problem. I just can't get my camera in as well and keep you in the. If I put the camera inside and shine it back, you do tend to get some glares and stuff. So we'll whiz down that side a bit quicker, so you can't really see what I'm doing there.
Okay. So that's the whole car, all the sides. That's all the sides all covered. We're under the carport, out of the direct sunlight. Hopefully now we can leave it on a little bit longer without it drying out. It is a baking hot day today though. It's about 28 degrees. So it's not the best day to do this. It's drying, you know, it is drying off pretty quick. But we'll get plenty of it around the edges. And see how we go on. Let's leave that for, like I say, 7 minutes. I think we're going to go for. Leave it for 7 minutes, then blast it all off and see how we get on. And it's really impressive how it gets into this dirt, these metal iron filings that are actually moulded themselves into the paint. They're just molten, stuck to the paint because they were, well, either so hot when they touched it, or they've stuck to the paint and then it's rained and then the water and they've just corroded into the paint. But this stuff is dissolving it. It's working. It really is. And you see the back now, I've gone over it again. It's not as bad as it was, so we've definitely shifted a lot off the first time. Still more in the paint though, look. It's still getting there, it's still shifting them. And this side that we did, now we're coming round again, look. Look how few there is. So that first blasting we did, it really took a lot out. There's still some down here. I love how it changes colour. You can actually see where the iron filings are. And you can see that it's working. You can actually see that what you did before, you know, it's not as bad this time, so we did shift a lot of it off. It's a massive improvement. So I'm hoping this side, that'll be enough. Once we've washed this off, we'll have done this side and it will be clean. Really impressed, I must say. I remember the first time I came across this problem with these little filings. And we used to live near a factory that did a lot of metal work, and I always thought it was them grinding away and it going up through the extractors and then coming down and landing on the cars. I had a white Audi at the time, and it was a right pain. I spent hours and hours polishing it, T-cutting it, religiously trying to get all this metal off, and then it'd come back. Then I was starting to think to myself, well, are they tiny stone chips? You know, it messes with your head. You can have those small stone chips and it just keeps rusting. Didn't know this was the issue. And this product, I mean, look at that, how it shows you where it all is. It's amazing. It really is making life easier. You know, squirt, squirt, squirt. I was there scrubbing with T-cut, you know, polishing, trying to polish this out, and it's a nightmare. You can be scrubbing away like there's no tomorrow and getting absolutely nowhere. I mean, this squirt, 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 and it all comes off. It's absolutely, it's amazing. That's what it is. Another 3 minutes. So all we want. It's really working though. It's really working well. Come on, dog.
Time's up. Let's get it back out into the open where we can get the jet wash on it and blast it all off. And as it comes out, you can see how it's got into them onto that fallout and pulled it out.
Right, let's get it blasted off pretty quick before the sun gets at it.
I'm quite excited for this, to see how it looks when it's finally been blasted off. We'll just whiz round it. Look at that, put it on Billy Whiz speed, look. We'll soon have this done. It does come off really easy, like we did on the other side. You saw how nicely it washes off. And I was slightly concerned about the direct sunlight on the product, on the paintwork, staining it. But as it turned out, even the bits that did dry didn't cause any problems, and it just rinsed straight off.
Right, give this a go over with the sponge again. A little wash.
Well, I'm hoping this is going to be the last time. Now, I've not done the bonnet. The bonnet hasn't got any particles on it, so not fussed about that. It was all down the sides, round the back, and it is really hot now. The sun is absolutely beating down. It's a beautiful day. All the clouds cleared, so I picked a right good day for doing this job. And I do apologise for what's about to happen. The old man takes his shirt off and gets his gut out. Oh my word, what are you doing, man? He thinks he's on the beach. Ate too many steaks. But anyway, let's jet wash this off, let's get it finished. Now even from here I think the paintwork looks better, looks much whiter, but we'll get in closer and see what it's really like.
We'll get the chamois leather on it, we'll leather it off and then have a really good look at it and see what it's like. Do you know what though, I'm pretty impressed. I think it's going to be good.
And I really do like these Autoglym Aqua Dry chamois. They're like a synthetic kind of chamois, but they're just amazing. They really do take the water out. So for 10 quid, lasts for, I don't know, I've had about 2 of them in the last 3 or 4 years. They last for ages. So definitely worth investing in one if you haven't got one. I'll put a link in the description again. Because you know, sometimes with a standard chamois you can go over it, it leaves streaks and lines and you end up having to do the whole lot again and again and again. Just makes life easier.
Right, let's have a look then. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Here we go. Right, so moving in. Down here where it was, there's just a few small specks on this bit here left. A couple here. This whole side is clear. Round this back wheel arch here, there's a couple of just tiny bits left. Majority where it was all over here, it's all gone. Back bumper, that's clear. This side, because this one had an extra coating, didn't it? This is really clear, which makes me think another one on the other side, and it will be as spotless as this side is. This one really does look good. All down the doors, all good. All down here, this is all gone. There's nothing here at all now. Completely clear. So, all in all, pretty good. She's looking splendid. The ProKleen Dragon's Blood. Well, yeah, it's really good. There's loads in there. 5 litres. We've used about 700 millilitres of fluid to do the car, and the big orange shampoo. Put links in the description of that as well. It is brilliant, really good stuff. So all in all, I think we've had a good afternoon. Well, not even afternoon. If I were polishing that, it'd have took absolutely ages. I think I've hour and a half, all done. So if that's been of any use to you, if you've enjoyed it, I'll put the links in the description for the bits and pieces. Drop me a little thumbs up, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.